More than a century before modern charging networks, Oliver Parker Fritchle set out to prove an electric automobile could cross the country. His challenge began not in a laboratory, but on muddy roads, under November skies, in a car most people thought belonged only in town. Fritchle's 1908 run was intended to demonstrate that his electric car could cover long daily distances and survive conditions usually associated with gasoline car reliability tours. Fritchle was a chemist, battery innovator, and entrepreneur, and his company promoted the 100-mile Fritchle as proof that electric cars were more capable than skeptics claimed. Fritchle had patented battery improvements, built electric cars in Denver, and advertised the car's 100-mile touring claim. On October 31, 1908, he left Lincoln at 7:30 in the morning. The first day already showed the problem: the car could travel, but the charging network had to be invented stop by stop. The detailed route log places his departure from Lincoln, a partial lunch charge at Ashland, and a full charge that night in Omaha. Across western Iowa, the electric car met the real America of 1908, wagon roads, horse teams, blue clay, and mud deep enough to slow progress to a crawl. The log records a horse team scare near Weston, a full charge at Avoca using a barrel water rheostat from a 240-volt circuit, and later slow mud road progress into Des Moines. The route followed what infrastructure existed: rail lines, garages, town light plants, and any source of usable current. Historical summaries say arrangements were made in advance by W.P. Pfaff, who often traveled ahead by rail, and that Fritchle used garages, power plants, rectifiers, exciters, 110 and 240-volt circuits, and improvised charging methods. By November 9, the car reached Chicago. There, Fritchle paused, bought route books, and prepared for the more organized but still punishing eastern half. The log records arrival in Chicago at 7 p.m. on November 9 after a 68-mile day, a wait on November 10, and the purchase of 1908 Glidden route and white route books on November 11. From Chicago into Indiana and Ohio, Fritchle pushed through Valparaiso, Elkhart, Kendallville, Bryan, Toledo, Worcester, Massillon, Canton, and toward Pittsburgh. The log records a nail puncture on the road to Hobart, charging at Valparaiso from a 220-volt circuit, a partial power plant charge at Kendallville, and a Toledo garage charge at Kirk Brothers Garage. The worst test came in Pennsylvania. The Alleghenies were not just hills on a map, they were mud, grades, brake wear, and constant calculation. The route log notes tire chains bought at Sewickley, a Pittsburgh rest stop, a charge at Johnstown Automobile Company, a wrong turn near Spring Meadow, partial charges around Bedford, and brake lining replacement in Philadelphia after the mountain descent. Fritchle's triumph was not that the journey was easy. It was that the car survived with astonishingly little mechanical drama. Summaries identify only limited trip repairs, including a tire issue, brake lining replacement, and electrical or fuse trouble, while noting the car was towed once when it depleted its batteries near a charging point and later towed a disabled Oldsmobile near York. On Thanksgiving, he was still on the road. He visited Gettysburg, charged in York, paid toll after toll on the white route, reached Philadelphia, and then crossed New Jersey toward the Hudson. The log records Gettysburg on November 25, a Thanksgiving Day departure from Gettysburg on November 26, a York stop, white route number 7 with 16 tolls, Philadelphia on November 27, and the final New Jersey approach through Camden, Burlington, Newark, and Jersey City. At 6 p.m. on November 28, 1908, the electric car reached the Hotel Knickerbocker in Times Square. Mud clung to the machine, but the point had been made: an electric car could be driven over long distance, through bad roads, with enough ingenuity to find current along the way. The route log records arrival at Hotel Knickerbocker at 6 p.m., with the odometer reading 1,800 miles from Lincoln and 75 pounds of mud stuck to the car. Fritchle did not prove that cross-country electric touring was easy in 1908. He proved something narrower and more powerful: the technology was durable, the limitation was infrastructure, and the future had already arrived before America chose a different road. Fritchle himself acknowledged the trip required the skills of an expert electrician because of the difficulty of safely recharging from varied power sources.